Students, welcome to your weekly art video for this week. This week we will be talking about the Renaissance and preparing you for the 7.19 test, which is due on Thursday. Here's our agenda, a couple of quick reminders. Make sure you've taken and passed your 5.17 test. Make sure that you're using all of your test and quiz retakes. You have 2 attempts on each test, 3 attempts on each quiz, and your 7.19 test due on Thursday. Hey, guess what? We will not have a final exam in art. Yay! One less thing to worry about, right? You're welcome. So before we get started, I found this fun game for us to try. This is an AI generated game. And what you do is you take famous Renaissance artworks. Okay, this is a famous Dürer. And then you change what's happening in them and see what happens. So let me show it to you really quickly. You're going to come to this page and launch the experiment. Okay, so as you can see, we have got a Malay that's up right here. And we'll just go ahead and use this one. What you can do is you can hit random mix, or you can change what's happening in here, okay? So maybe instead of harvesting women in this field, I want to have clowns. Let's try that. Let's see what happens. Oh boy, it's thinking really hard. Okay, so it's changed everybody to clowns wearing peasant outfits. Okay, so you can play with this and you can change some famous artworks. We would love to see what you create. So after you've created this, if you would like to upload it to the Padlet, we would love to see those. Okay, so let's get back to our lesson. Okay, and so here is a QR code that will take you to that game if you'd like to do it. And we will have a link to the Padlet wall underneath this video. So a couple of questions after you've played the game. Do you like the AI generated artwork? Why or why not? Did you see the change in the tags change the descriptions? Do you see areas of high and low contrast? Does the piece feel balanced? And would a Renaissance artist use this tool if they were alive today? Just a couple of things to think about. So let's do a quick review over the Renaissance. This is the Pietà. This is a Michelangelo was commissioned by the Vatican to sculpt a Pietà for St. Peter's Basilica. It shows the solemn moment when Mary, the mother of Jesus, cradles and mourns her son. To give it a sense of harmony and stability, Michelangelo arranged the two figures within a triangle called the pyramid configuration. Okay, I'm going to trace this triangle. See how there's a top and then it comes down, and it's wider at the base. So Michelangelo used this to create visual stability. And he also made Mary much larger than her grown son. Okay, so let me just show you right here. Look at the size of Mary's leg. Okay, she was a woman, right? And this is her grown son's leg. Okay, so he made it heavy on the bottom to give a look of visual stability. So here's a little fun fact. After Michelangelo finished the Pietà, as the story goes, he was visiting it, and he overheard a visitor just speculating as to who made the sculpture because it was not signed. So later, Michelangelo sneaked inside the church and carved his signature on Mary's sash. Okay, and what this says is Michelangelo made this. So it is the only artwork that Michelangelo ever signed. How about that? So let's revisit this pyramid configuration. You are not only going to see this in the Renaissance, but you are going to see this in later art periods as well. But as you can see, you can almost trace this line with your cursor. Okay, the pyramid configuration, smaller at the top, heavier on the bottom. So let's look at one more thing. This is a Bruegel, okay, and the compositions are typically complex with diagonal lines drawing the viewer's eye into the background, okay? Diagonal lines drawing your eye back this way. See that? So it's done with the trees, it's done with the people. So there's a word for this. Notice the effect created by the line of trees leading from the foreground directly into the background. Okay, there's just to help it. I showed you with my cursor, but there it is again. He made distant objects lighter and less detailed than objects in the front. This technique is called, does anybody know? You know if you've already read through the module. The technique is called atmospheric perspective, where objects in the distance are lighter and less detailed than objects in the front. Atmospheric perspective. Okay, let's do a quick quiz question. What is a Renaissance characteristic that is exhibited in Michelangelo's Pieta? A, the including of unflattering features, warts and all. B, lack of interest in religious themes. Or C, the pyramid configuration creating a sense of harmony and stability. What's your answer? Yes, it is C, the pyramid configuration creating a sense of harmony and stability. Let's do another one. Peter Bruegel uses what Northern Renaissance characteristic? He created complex compositions and used atmospheric perspective to create a sense of depth. He created scenes with religious symbolism, or he depicted the individual people in great detail. What do you think? Yes, it's A. He created complex compositions and used atmospheric perspective to create a sense of depth. Okay, so that's just a couple of questions for you to review. We do have a full review for you before you take your test. You can do this by going using the QR code, or you can use the link that's underneath this video to do the Kahoot. Also remember that we have test notes for you in the semester checklist and flashcards in the semester checklist. So if you'd like to do a little bit of drawing this week, we have got a video for you to try where it will teach you how to draw the face of Michelangelo's famous David sculpture. You can find the link to this video right under this video that you're watching. Okay, here's some quick reminders. Make sure that you have taken your Unit 5 test. Use all your test and quiz retakes if you did not get a score that you are happy with, and your 7.9 test is due on Thursday. Y'all have a great week. If you have any questions, please contact your teacher. Bye, everybody.